Power of attorney in Massachusetts, what it really does and what it doesn't. Here's why thinking a power of attorney takes control away from you is a myth, and what it actually does instead. Let me clear something up right away. A power of attorney does not have to take control away from you. That is one of the biggest fears people have, and it's one of the most common misunderstandings. So let's talk about what a power of attorney actually does, and just as importantly, what it does not do. And if you're wondering about setting up a power of attorney for an elderly parent, that's a slightly different situation with its own legal considerations, or someone that is infirm, we will touch on that briefly, and it's also something that deserves its own separate conversation. Hi, I'm Lindsay Egan, owner and founder of Poppy Legal Group. I help individuals and families all across Massachusetts put legal protections in place so life feels more manageable and not more complicated. And today I want to explain how a power of attorney really works in Massachusetts, because a lot of people avoid it out of fear when it's actually really meant to give you peace of mind. If this kind of explanation is helpful, follow along. I share clear, honest guidance like this all the time. So, does a power of attorney override a parent or take away control? No. A power of attorney does not override a parent, and it does not strip someone of their rights. When you create a power of attorney, you are choosing someone you trust to act on your behalf, not instead of you. As long as you are capable of making your own decisions, you remain fully in control. The person that you name, called the agent, only has the authority described within the actual document, and they are expected to act in your best interests. In many cases, their role is simply to handle specific tasks, sign specific documents, or make specific decisions if you are unavailable or temporarily unable to act. The document exists so someone can step in and help when needed, not to take over your life. You can also revoke or change a power of attorney as long as you still have that legal capacity to do so, which means the authority ultimately stays with you. So, what does a power of attorney actually do? A power of attorney allows a trusted person or persons called your agent to handle financial or legal matters for you. So, what does that mean in practice? That can include things like paying bills, managing bank accounts, handling real estate, and dealing with insurance or government agencies. It's about continuity and protection, especially if something unexpected happens. In many cases, people choose someone who is already closely involved in their life and who they trust to handle responsibility carefully. Common choices include someone like a spouse, a partner, an adult child, a sibling, another close relative, or a longtime trusted friend. The most important criteria are reliability, good judgment, and the ability to handle financial or administrative tasks responsibly. The person should be organized, trustworthy, and willing to act in your best interests, even when decisions are difficult. On the other hand, it is usually wise to think really carefully before choosing someone who may be unreliable, financially irresponsible, or only just recently entered your life. This doesn't mean any particular relationship or person is automatically a bad choice, but a power of attorney usually works best when the agent is someone with a stable relationship to you and a track record of dependability. Like most planning decisions, the right choice depends on the specific circumstances and the level of trust you have in that person. What kind of power of attorney matters most in Massachusetts? In Massachusetts, one of the most important types is a durable power of attorney, or a DPOA. Durable means the authority continues even if you later become incapacitated. That feature is what makes the document especially useful for planning ahead. Without a durable power of attorney in place, family members may have to go to court to ask for authority to manage financial or legal matters on someone's behalf. That process is often called a conservatorship, and it can take time, involve legal costs, and add stress during an already difficult situation. It is also worth noting that a durable power of attorney generally covers financial and legal matters. Healthcare decisions, though, are handled through a separate document in Massachusetts called a healthcare proxy, which allows someone to make medical-related decisions if you can't communicate them yourself. Together, these documents, usually called ancillary documents, help create a plan so these trusted people can step in and help you if something unexpected happens. Immediate versus a springing power of attorney. Another common question is when. When on the timeline does a power of attorney actually go into effect? Some powers of attorney are effective immediately after signing. That means the agent technically has the authority to act right away. Although in many families, the agent really only uses that authority if help is actually needed. Others are called springing, and that means the authority only takes effect if a specific condition occurs, most commonly if that person becomes incapacitated, then it springs into effect. Each option has trade-offs, of course. An immediate power of attorney is usually simpler to use because banks and other institutions can recognize it right away if help is needed. A springing power of attorney can feel more comfortable to some people because that authority only activates or springs into place if certain conditions are met. But really, in practice, it can sometimes cause delays if someone has to formally confirm that incapacity has occurred. Neither option is automatically right or wrong. It really just depends on your comfort level, your situation, and how much flexibility you want your agent or agents to have if something unexpected happens. The important part really is just understanding the difference, right? And having the informed decision-making ability so that you can choose the structure that makes the most sense for your circumstances, rather than just doing what we all do and just avoiding that document entirely. So, which power of attorney is most important? There is no single power of attorney that is right for everyone. For many people, a durable power of attorney is the most important because it continues to work if you become incapacitated. Without that durability language, the document may stop being effective at that exact moment when it's most needed. The right document also depends on your life, your family dynamics, and how much authority you are comfortable giving to the person or the people you choose. quick but important note, power of attorney laws are state-specific. Massachusetts has its own rules about execution, scope, and durability that may differ from what other people have seen in other states. Documents created elsewhere are not automatically invalid here, but they should be reviewed to make sure that they actually work under and conform with Massachusetts law and requirements. This is especially important for families who have moved or who are caring for an elderly parent across those state lines. A quick reality check. Power of attorney is about preparation, not pessimism. It is not assuming something bad is going to happen. It is making sure that the people you trust can help without legal roadblocks, delays, costs if something happens. A good way to think about it is kind of like life insurance. The only time you can't put it in place is when you already need it. So once capacity is lost, your options narrow fast. Planning ahead protects your autonomy, not the other way around. A power of attorney doesn't take the control away from you. It gives you control over who helps you and how they help you. When done thoughtfully, it's one of the most practical and protective tools that you can put in place. If you're thinking about a power of attorney and want to understand your options, you can book a consult right online. We will talk through your situation, we will answer your questions honestly, and help you put the right plan in place.